Hello everyone, how are you guys? Welcome back to another t-shirt design tutorial. Today I am going to make a scalable design, but I am starting with carpenter. So this is the message you can see. It can be inherited or it can be purchased, something like that. Then the title carpenter. So this title carpenter I will be changing it for different professions, and for that I will be making different version of these designs. So let's start with this one first. So here I'm taking a 500 into 600 pixel artboard. That is going to be the main artboard size, like the 4500 into 5400 artboard. But I'm going to start with this size. Then if my design fits in this size, that will fit in my bigger artboard. So that's the theme here. So for this one here, I'm going to make it all very bold, kind of bolder looking fonts here. So let's say I'm going to start with this inherited. Let's use American Captain. So this font is really good, and this is the font position of my this one. Now it can be purchased. This one also I'm going to make everything kind of similar style fonts. Let's say I'm going to use this ball bear rustic font. I'm using this font because I told in my previous video that I like this font because of its the distressed look of it. That is fine for me. And for the other things like the carpenter and the supportive text that you can see here, I will play with them so that it can be fit in a certain area. That is fine. So let's say this is the position of my first part of the text here, and for here I am going to apply some effect on our text. So let's break it. Now let's go to effect, then arc lower. So arc lower in this direction, not in the lower direction, kind of this. And then okay, that is too much basically, because I will try to fit a ribbon in here. So I think that much is good. Let's try putting some ribbons here. Okay, so maybe I will try this ribbon here. Then I'm going to make it smaller so that it fits in the area, but in a bit bigger size, kind of this. Okay, so this is not fitting with my that inherited text, so I can make it bigger. And now I think it is fitting, not perfectly, but it is fitting here. That's fine, I think. And then the sometime it's just need to do it manually. So nor can it can be purchased. So if I put it here on the ribbon, it is going to, like, it will become a bigger text, a longer text, but smaller in white. Or let's say if I change the font, how is that? Okay, this one you can see, we can apply that here. So I am first of all matching the lower part of the text and the ribbon, so that when I will apply arc effect, it will match with the direction of my ribbon. So go to effect, wrap, and then arc. So of course we keep the minus value for the inherited text, so that's why we have to go to the plus value this time, kind of this, but that is too much. Like you can say the arc is not matching. So for matching the arc, we have to go to this properties panel. You will find this under window and then properties. So in properties panel, you will find these options like wrap. Here you can see the arc, that means that is the applied effect. So if I click here, it will give me that effect window, and then I can, like, make it bigger or smaller, however I want it to be. I can make it more or less the effect. Let's say I want to make it a bit bigger to fit my text area. I think that is fine, but let's try a little bit. So I am taking kind of 22% just to perfectly match it with the ribbon area here. That is fine. Let's say I want to align them with the center position, but sometimes the center does not look like center, so we can do it manually. Okay, this part is not very important here, and nor can it be purchased. Okay, that is true, that is fine also, no problem. So I have earned it with my blood, sweat and tears. That is a important part, important text here. So let's say I will use that for the other part of the design, and I have earned it with my, I'm going to use the ball bear rustic font here. I have earned it with my, now this font does not support this apostrophe s, so apostrophe, so for fixing that we can, this is just keeping that part from another font. Let me show you. If I select this part, it is showing here Myriad Pro, that is the font name. If I select this font, this text letter, it is showing ball bear rustic. That means some font does not support this kind of special characters, and then we have to do it in different way. So I have earned it with my, let's say I want to break the line here because I want to fit it here. I have earned it with my kind of this, and then for this one here I can simply apply that arc effect here, but that is too much I think, but I want it little curved. Okay, I don't want to overlap it with my ribbons here, so that is just an extra work. I don't have to, I can overlap it with my ribbon, and then I will have to fix that, cut that area manually, and I don't want it. So something like this is good for me. I have earned it with my, and then this is the first part of my design, like the upper part of my design. I can make it a bit bigger maybe, just to fit in my artboard area, that is fine. And then the second part comes in here. So this is the upper part, then I will have need to have keep a graphics area here because I will try to use some graphics, and then this is going to be the lower part of my design. Like I can make it, okay, let me bring some ruler so that it will stay inside a certain area every time. I will not need to match it every time, so that is fine. Let's, okay, let's right click on the ruler here, and then sorry, and then lock guides. Okay, it is not selecting that, lock guides, so that will lock my guides, they are not going to move from its place. And this is the graphics part, like the opposite ribbon I am using here. I can simply use a ribbon that is this one in the opposite direction I think, but that's very obvious thing, I don't want to do that. So this blood sweat and tears, I want to make it this font, that American Captain font, and then it will match with my this ribbon. So let's go to effect, wrap, and then arc again. This time I will need to make it a bit arc, a bit more like something like this. Then I will make it, I can make it bigger, and this is the position I want my text to be, but it is too much in the right direction. That is fine. Let's play with the number of the percentage here. Maybe 35% is good, will be good, I am not sure. Okay, so that much is good. I can make it a bit longer by stressing the text because that is not very professional, but sometimes to match our graphics area we can do that. Okay, so I think that much is good for us, no problem. With my, I have earned it with my blood sweat and tears, the title. So the title here I am going to make it ball bear rustic font, and this is just playing with the theme here, playing with the font here. One I am putting Captain, American Captain, then another one I am putting here. Okay, so there is this, there I made a mistake. So this carpenter is good, and for blood sweat and tear I own it forever, that I did. So this one is going to be the ball bear rustic font, so that is fine. Then okay, let's not worry about that. Here it will be a little problem kind of. Okay, so I own it forever, and this one I want to make it a little arc to match the arc of the ribbon, of course, but that is too much. You can see here, let's just make it a little less curved. I think that is good. Okay guys, so I'm trying to explain the process here, whatever I am thinking when I am doing something. So that is why it is taking some time, otherwise it is a 10-minute job. But yeah, okay, so that much is I think matching with the area there. Now the title here I can keep it like this, then this carpenter. So this carpenter is my focus text. Now focus text means I can simply keep it, I can simply make it one single design, but I wanted to make it like a multi-niche design. So okay, so I make the layer locked, sorry, the guide locked, so that's why I cannot move that. So I have to bring another one. So this is going to be the main design for me here, this carpenter part. And whenever it is in a editable format like this, I can simply edit it and then I can put it whatever profession I want it, I can make it like that. So let's select everything so that I can move it up little bit, or I think that is fine. So this is not the main part of the design, this is just my text is placed in a way how I wanted it to be placed. So that is fine, or I think I can make it bigger. And then if I select this one and make this one, sorry, I have to select this one, then this one, then make this the key object, then I can align it. So I think that's fine. So this inherited, I am going to make it like that, that is not a problem. So this carpenter text I am making it, okay, let's not do that, let's keep it as it is for now. So that is fine. Now these two ribbons, there are some works, and of course that is not the main part. Here I wanted to make a graphics part so that I can put some graphics in it, and a kind of like USA flag, and then I wanted to make it look like something carpenter related I can put there. So this is a ribbon, I am going to erase that part, I don't like it, and again I can erase that part, that is fine. Okay, so this one I want it to be here. Okay, that is just making my design a bit bigger here. Okay, that's really not important, but I wanted to put it here. Okay, so this part is making some problem, let's break it, because I don't need that to act like a font anymore, that is not going to be changed. I undid that title, and maybe this part is doing good here. So if I cut it, then I will be able to select this part. Like everything, you can see some small dots there. That is the part of the ribbon that we just broke. So I want to select it and delete. Then press Ctrl F, make it a group so that it stays in a position. Select them both, make that key object and move it. So that is fine. Now for this area, I wanted to make it make a graphics area here. So for that, let's say here is my, okay, so I have earned it with my, I'm deleting this part, that with my text here, and then I'm going to put it here something. I have earned it with my, so that I get more space for my text placement. I think that is good. Okay, so here I am going to make a area that is going to be the graphics part of my this design. So for making that, I am going to first of all create a ellipse here, then copy that. I can select them both, then using my shape builder tool to erase it, let's make it a bit longer. So this is two part of my two ellipse. If I delete one, if I select one, then Ctrl C, Ctrl F, then press Ctrl R. So Ctrl R will reflect it. Now I want to put it something like this. Then let's say I want to align it with my bottom part, then unite, so that it becomes one single shape. Now it is really important here to match this graphic with the rest of the graphics. So if I make it like this, I think that much is good for it. So I'm rotating it in this way, then go to brush panel, new brush, and then make a pattern brush. So pattern brush I am making because I will make it look like this. So one single shape will copy multiple times, and then it will make me the brush I want. So here I am taking a ellipse tool here, kind of this. As you can see guys, I have some extra space here, like between these two ellipse here. Let's say, okay, let's make it a bit bigger, not that much, kind of this. And I think if I select this one and then make that key object, I can align the stroke, align the ellipse with my design. That is fine. Then I am going to again Control C, Control F to make a copy of the ellipse, and then make a copy like this, keep it here. So if I select this one, I can simply click on this brush that we made, and it is going to give us a pattern like that. Okay, so that much is I think fine, like this. So that is good for me. Now if we want it to be, if we want it to keep like this, like it is going upside from this area and downside from this area, we can keep it like this, or we can break it so that it becomes single shapes, bunch of shapes. That is fine, I think. Okay, this part is good. Let's say I want to keep it here, and then let's bring a copy, Control R to reflect. Okay, so Control R is not for reflect, that is my shortcut. I hope you will understand that part. Okay, so you can see now they are both going same direction. That's fine. And for this one here, I wanted to just make a area inside these shapes. So let's say if I double click on the ellipse, I can make it look like this. Let's take our curvature tool so that I can make a shape like this. Sorry guys. So kind of this, that is fine. I'm just matching the arc of the ribbon here. Okay, I have to zoom in a bit so that I can move it precisely. That is fine. And now for this area, I want to keep it like this. Okay, so as you can see, here is a perfect area that I'm making with these shapes, and if I select them all, I can press Shift M. Shift M is for shape builder tool, and then I can simply erase these parts that I don't need. So this one, and this one. And now they are basically some different shapes drawn in different place, but I can simply select them with my direct selection tool, these two part, and then join. It will join, so that will make it one single shape at the end. So make it join, that is fine. Now let's say for this area I want to make it right click and same process. So sorry guys, it is taking a bit longer than expected because this was not my idea when I started this is something new I'm going to do here. So that is fine. Now as you can see, this is a custom shape that we made, but if we want to keep on copy and make another exact copy of this shape, I'm going to press Ctrl Shift Alt, that is for path file, sorry, offset path, or you can go here object path and then offset path, and then turn on the preview. And this offset path is going the positive direction, but I want it inside, so I am going negative direction, kind of this. Or maybe make it -10 pixel. Okay, -10 is too big. Let's say I want to make it -5 pixel. So -5 pixel is going to make it inside shape of that exact shape, and then I am going to press Shift X. So Shift X will make it fill, because it was like this, it has no fill but a stroke, and if I press Shift X, it will make it no stroke but fill, and I think that is good. So here I can simply bring in my, okay, I was planning to use this shape here. This is a shape from FreePic. I just downloaded little to make this design. Now I'm going to cut it, Ctrl X. I'm selecting the flag here, then opening the transparency, press Ctrl F. That is going to paste that in here, and then I want to make it make the fill color complete black, and that is going to give us the flag here. Okay, I think that is too much because I will need to adjust this position of the flag. Let's not use that, let's use one I have right now, maybe this one or this one. You can use any one, guys. There are tons of different flags out there on free pick. You can download them and use them. So I want to make it look like this. Okay, sorry for that, it is too heavy this file. Let's use our default USA flag that I use every time, then reflect, that is fine. So I want to keep it in this position. Let's say Ctrl X, Ctrl F, so that we can see what is happening here. So in this position like this, and then of course I want to make it look like this. If I double click to isolate the group, I can select it with my direct selection tool and then increase the size in that direction, because that is going to. Okay guys, let's do that later. Ctrl X to cut it. Now I'm going to select this shape, this inside shape, then press Ctrl B, and then again I have to press shift and click the shape. So now my flag and the shape is selected. Right click, make clipping mask. It is going to mask my flag right inside that shape. I think that is really cool if you just understand what is happening here. And if I click on this button, edit contents, I can edit my flag inside the clipping mask. Like here I don't like this part, so let's say I want to delete it because I just want to fill the lower part of the area. This area I want to fill it with my flag color, maybe kind of this, and the same for this area. So let's say I will bring a copy here so that it fits inside the border area of my flag, that is fine. And then if I want to make some modification here, I can do that. I don't want to look at distress here because that distress I will make it later. Okay, so that much is done. If I right click on the outside of the flag, it is going to look like this. That may not look like a very perfect USA flag, but trust me, that's not the main part here. So let's say I want to make it look like this, and now this is my main design part is done here. Okay, so I am not satisfied with the text position here because I want to make it inside the shape. So that is the I want it forever, the title veteran. I want to make it smaller. Sorry, this is the title carpenter design. I have plans to make it a veteran design also, so I will do that later here. So let's say I want to move it, then I'm selecting this part. I'm going to make it bigger. So bigger means I have area that I can fill here. Like you can see, this is the, like say if that is the wide of my design, I can simply put my text in that direction. Like I can make them that much bigger. So let's bring it here, and as you can see, I didn't break my this effect. So now I can go back and then adjust my setting here. Like that much is fine. Yeah, that is good. So bring that a bit closer, that is fine. Inherited, then this carpenter text, I don't want to break it because that I will easily change it. So that's it for today's video, guys. I think you learned something new from this one, and then I am going to add some more text here. Like not some more text, I will just be adding some graphics here. So this is a carpenter text, so here will be some carpenter tools, something that that profession related, and then I will make it a veteran design, I will make it a firefighter design, whatever I want. I will just change the graphics in here in that part, so that will make me a unique design every time. So I hope that will give you some advanced level idea of making this kind of designs. And thank you guys for watching this tutorial. There is tons of works to do. I will do that and show you in my group. I hope that will help you guys. Thank you everyone. See you in the next video, guys. Have a great time.